Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. Today is March 4th. Yes, it's March. And yuck.
Winter came back.
Well, yeah. So this is episode 195. 5 away from 200.
You're not going to ditch me for 200, are you?
No.
Because you ditched me for 150.
I know. Sorry. Where was I?
I don't remember.
Okay. I wasn't here.
I was
apparently.
in my dining room.
She still remembers. I'd like to welcome new and returning viewers. So if you've been here before, thank you. And if you're new, welcome.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, Crafty Knitter 7.
Also known as
Sue.
Very good. And I'm the one who got up an hour ago. I was a bad girl. I stayed up till like 8 this morning.
I discovered this. Well, introduce yourself, then we can get into the chat.
Yes. I'm Lynn, also known as Toll Baby.
Because we always do that.
And you can find us on Ravelry, Facebook. We have a blog at twotangleskeins.com. We have YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And all three of us have Etsy shops. You will notice the lack of Selma. She's preparing for her trip to Edinburgh.
Lucky duck.
I'm excited for her.
I'm excited for her and the sweater quantities she is going to buy. Because they are going to be many. And she has asked Liz to be her yarn mule. So you got up about an hour ago. And the reason I know that was because she was asked what she's doing now on Instagram by our friend Kate. And
I posted a picture of the other side of my bed.
She fessed up.
While I was in it.
So
I actually took the picture over my shoulder because I didn't feel like rolling over. That's how lazy I was.
And you still made it here.
And I still made it here because my sleep schedule is completely out of whack.
You need to chug that
yeah,
caffeine over there.
You think?
Yeah, I've been thinking.
It's not even proper caffeine. It's
Nah.
the outside of the cup is all gross. I got my disgusting caffeine that I picked up on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course I ran out.
Of course you did. So, how was your week? Because I saw you this week.
My week
my
kinda
place
sucked.
of work.
Well, Thursday wasn't bad. I had to write some exams for a pool of candidates for the department Sue works for that I used to work for. So I was there all day on Thursday. I had 3 exams to write. I know I aced the 2 second ones. I'm pretty sure I passed the first one. I didn't ace it because there was a math portion and I bombed that completely. Who the heck needs to know how to do long division? Yes, I'm one of those bizarre people who never really caught on to long division.
Neither did I.
I can't do it to save my life. And my ex-husband was like, what do you mean you can't do long division? I'm like, you know this. You tried to teach me. You left in frustration.
Yep.
He really does not understand my inability to understand.
Because he's got that kind of brain. He's that other side of the brain.
He's a very mathematical, very logical person, and I'm
not logical.
Really not. I do not have a logical brain. I struggle with math. I really struggle with math. Actually, I was
talking to somebody who does her groceries with a calculator.
I used to do that, but I found out that I was more accurate than the calculator.
Well,
Addition, subtraction, and multiplication, I am aces at. Division?
Yeah. I can do that and get to the cash, and my husband will go, it's about this much, he'll be within 5 cents. So I don't do it anymore. Anyways.
But yeah,
this is a knitting podcast.
Friday morning I had to write another exam.
That was weird.
For a different job. Yes, I know you're trying to get us back on track.
No, I'm just saying that's okay. I'm just like, that was weird.
And so Friday I had to write another exam, and it was odd. It was at home, at least, so I didn't even have to put pants on.
Nice.
I did. But
yes,
that's only because my cat rolls around in my chair when I go to bed at night. And it makes my legs itchy. So I always wear pants. I don't walk around my house without clothes on.
Now you know.
I can't.
She wears pants.
I wear pants. Which, to the Brits among you, the Brits are probably laughing their asses off because pants is underwear. I wear trousers.
Sorry. Oh.
I dated a British guy for a number of years, and that was his swear word of choice, was pants. I think I only heard him use stronger language once.
Interesting. The things you learn.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my week.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all I did.
I was off on Monday because I work extra time every day to get a day.
I'm contagious.
Yes. I work extra time every day to get a day off every 3 weeks. So I have compressed work hours. And I was off Monday because Friday, there's a couple of us that do it. And in the admin section, there's 3. So we kind of have to coordinate. And I'm usually the backup for the Director General's office. And it's usually only me. So I had to be there Friday. So I took my Monday. And then the week dragged on. I felt like I was still working a 5-day week. So that was that. And
she left me in the lobby.
I'm sorry. I was like, is she still down there? I wonder. I'll text her.
When I finished my exam, I sent her a message saying, all done, I'll be in the lobby.
But,
because the signal is kind of spotty in that building, and in the lobby there's no signal at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm letting you know where I'm going to be. I'm off the internet.
I didn't dawn on me, so I texted her.
So I was down there for an hour till she started her lunch. And then I'm like, okay, so when's she going to show up? Where is she?
Nope.
She finally comes down to get me. We go upstairs to where we were knitting. And bing! Hey, there's your text, Sue! It was funny.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, shall we talk about knitting?
Sue's excited. She has a faux.
I do, and I totally forgot I had a faux when I was writing up the show notes with my husband sitting here on the couch. And he's like, why don't you have a faux in there? You wrote none. And I'm like, because I don't have one. He's like, what?
She totally does.
So, the monster is done. Washed, blocked, sort of hair-free, but
Okay,
not
this
really.
is not working.
So this is the Alm Shawl by Andrea Mowry. And so, it's big. It almost covers the whole couch. As you can see. It's huge. The reason I didn't think I had one is because my daughter was supposed to be down this weekend to pick it up and leave, and I would have not had it, but she's not coming till next week. So, you know, it's a sweater.
Whap.
It's a sweater. And now I'm like, oh, I like it. But apparently I can't keep it. So, this
Not
is...
that one.
No, I'll make
You want
another one.
colors.
Yeah. I want greens. So this is knit out of Patton's Classic Wool in black, dark gray mix, Aran and Mercury on size 6mm needles, which is a US 10. And I didn't think Patton's would soften up with a soak, and it does. It does. Oh, smell that.
Thanks.
All right, scents. You can't do scents. So
Well, it's not just that, but you also have dogs.
right, and
I
I'm
don't-
not
I don't
gonna
smell things in dog houses.
I am not gonna place it back like it was because that would take effort.
I felt so bad because I usually take allergy medication before I come here on Saturdays. Last weekend we went to Crystal's house in the evening,
Forgot.
and I didn't take any, and I thought I was going to die. My face was like. And normally, Crystal's dogs don't bother me, but I normally don't spend hours and hours and hours in her house with the dogs hanging around. So it was
Oops.
it was rough because I mean I've had this sinus infection since the middle of the week before, and that already wasn't helping. And then the dogs, and I was like, everybody's gonna think I have the plague. I did not have the plague.
Nope.
Still don't have the plague. I still just have the. Yay.
So whips and chains,
Yeah.
which you knitting on.
Sure. Ask me that when I'm 4 stitches in.
Oh.
Give me a sec. I'll just.
I was 4 stitches in and went, I'm
Yeah.
not going back because I'm going to make her go first.
Yeah, well, now I'm just going to undo it because, quite frankly,
4 stitches?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was trying to knit on that, and it's not working because my hands are too sweaty. And those needles, you can't have sweaty hands because it sticks.
Okay.
So, I feel I was really upset.
If you watch Instagram, or sorry, if you're on Instagram and follow Lynn, you'll already know this.
I was so upset. I was already halfway through the lace section way up here.
Oops.
Every row I was like, this stitch count doesn't work. What's going on?
And she
My
kept
stitch
going.
count doesn't work. And well, no, by the time I realized that, hey, this really isn't working, I counted the stitches and I'm like, what the heck? I'm still increasing because I've reached the point where you stop increasing. You see this little jog here.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, you stop increasing and it stays the same
Yours wasn't.
width. Mine was not staying the same width.
So
So I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I ripped all the way back.
How many rows?
24 rows I had to rip back.
That was painful.
I put in a lifeline and just pulled.
Yep. Because it's pull off the Band-Aid kind of thing, right?
Well, that and I wasn't going to take back 24 rows. That was not going to happen.
Oh, no. No.
So I have made up...
Half?
We'll stick here.
He just has a bib.
I have made up 14 of the 24 rows that I had ripped out because I had a crisis of faith when I had to do that. I was like, I don't know if I want to knit these 24 rows over again. But I really, really, really want this shawl. So after a couple of days, I picked it up again. But yeah, it was in timeout for a couple of days.
Just needed a rest.
So you can see from my little orange stitch marker where I was last week.
Nice.
My little dicky doo, as Sarah says.
Yep.
And so, actually, it's not showing up as well as it did in the beginning because I started out with purple and the orange really stood out. So I'm going to have to put a green one on. There you go.
Sparkly. Sorry. Stash.
So that's where I was. And this is the Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry, who is also Drea Renee Knits. And the dark purple is, I forget this every week, Cyborg Craft Room Esparcolate in the Soulless colorway. The blue, purple, and yellow is, oh, and I love that pooling in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the little heart. Over here.
I know.
There we go.
I know.
Cattail Knits Brucey Sock Silver in Stunning Suki. The brown, blue, and yellow is Lady Pearl Sock in For Amy, which is from my friend Brandy. The first two came from Sue. And this current one is the only yarn I actually bought for this. Well, I didn't buy it for this shawl, but it's the only yarn that I purchased in this shawl. And it is Bittersweet Woolery Guilty Pleasures in the Harvest King colorway. And I'm very sorry, but you can't get Bittersweet Woolery anymore.
And I'm glad to know that I still have 3 skeins in mine.
I still have 7. I have a lot. You know how Crystal is with 3 Irish Girls and Tannis Fiber Arts, and
You're with
Sarah is with Sunrise Fiber Co. and Desert Vista Dye Works. I'm like that with Bittersweet Woolery and Juliana's Fiber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a lot of Juliana's.
My Juliana's is dwindling, actually, because I've been using it a lot. So, Juliana, I need you to come back. She's on a brief hiatus right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is on 3.75 millimeters, which is a US 5, and I'm using Addy lace, which are fabulous. I still like my Chow Goose better. I like the cable on the Chow Goose better, and they're just as pointy. So, but these are, somebody gave these to me. And they're really nice. And yes, whoever told me that I was going to knit away the tarnish, totally did. Which means that crap is on my knitting.
Is it a red cord?
Yeah.
It might have been me.
I had a set.
No, maybe not. No, mine were size 4. You, size 6.
I had a set before, and they got damaged, so I threw them out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of my kids stepped on the needle, and it was dented. But I don't know. I can't remember who gave me this one. But, yeah, somebody gave me these. And, yes, I have totally knit away the tarnish. As you can see, they're very shiny. Which means that crud is all over my knitting. Well, that's okay, because I'll wash it before I wear it.
I was going to say, yeah.
So that's my big one. And I started this last night. It doesn't look like much. But it's a wee little flax. Size 2 to 4 years.
Is that for said no?
It's for the little goober.
Wyatt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I told Crystal that after Christmas Wyatt was going to need a new sweater. And she was like, okay. So this is...
A knitter's not going to say no.
This is Wyatt's new sweater. And I was smart. Well, this is my leftovers from the big blanket last summer.
Nice.
Because I had 3... I miscalculated on the gray somehow. And I have 3 skeins of this left.
Sometimes a miscalculation works in a benefit.
So this is Knit Picks Brava Worsted in the Dove Gray Heather colorway. It is the softest, nicest acrylic I have ever knit with.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't refocused.
No, I don't know why it's doing that.
There we go. Because I went and stuck the label up in the camera.
Right.
So I'm doing that. And this is the flax pattern by Tin Can Knits. It's a really, if you've never knit a sweater, do a baby one of these. Easiest damn thing I've ever knit. I actually knit an adult one for my son. Haven't seen it since.
I wonder if I should rip out or just start that and do the hoodie in a different size later on.
Hoodie.
For Zane.
Oh, I don't know.
No. Anyways, brain thinking.
So yeah, I've done a couple of modifications. The top is supposed to be knit one, purl one, rib. And I'm doing twisted rib. I hate knitting twisted rib with a passion, but it looks so nice.
Wow, does it ever? Because I'm just doing knits and pearls.
Yeah, show the difference. Sorry, didn't mean to grab your boob there. See, the knits really stand out when you do twisted rib. And basically twisted rib is just knitting through the back of the, knitting through the back loop on the knit stitches.
Okay.
No difference with the pearls. And that's really, really dense actually, because this is on a much smaller needle. But, I'm doing a couple of modifications to the pattern. I want to do one of those hearts, heart appliques.
Yep.
Possibly out of the knit picks that I got from was it Crystal or Holly at the D-Stash? It's from Holly. That cranberry stuff. I want to do one of those little hearts and sew it onto the front of the sweater. And...
Did you say the needles?
Not yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm completely losing my train of thought here. Yay. You have love knots yarn? Oh! Sorry.
Yeah. Got 4 skeins of it.
I just caught a glimpse of the show notes. So this is on size 4mm for the band, and I was so frustrated.
Why?
I spent 2 hours trying to do a stretchy cast on.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
I tried 6 different ones.
I don't understand.
I was so angry. I was ready to pitch it. And finally what I did was I took the larger needles and I did a cast on. Because I usually do a knitted cast on, and I did a cable and stretched it out a little bit more.
Yeah, this is a cable cast on. I hadn't done it in a long time.
Yeah. So I did a cable cast on with the larger needles and then moved down to the smaller needles to knit it.
That's a great idea.
But I was so mad. I tried Jenny's stretchy cast on. Jenny of the surprisingly stretchy bind off. The bind off I have no problem with. The cast on, I could not do it. Well, that in her video is not very...
I find...
She moves very fast and she doesn't say what she's doing as she's doing it. So I was completely unable to follow that one. And then I tried...
You don't find the long tail loose enough?
I hate long tail with a passion. I hate the long tail cast on. I don't know what it is, but I get all tangled up and
they're not friends.
It used to be the only cast on I know, and then when I discovered the knitted cast on, that was it. My life was changed forever. I only use the knitted cast on, but it's not very stretchy. At least it wasn't very stretchy for this.
Mm-hmm.
And my concern was
baby head.
Well, not so much baby. He's
yeah.
I guess he's not quite 2. He's 18 months.
Toddler.
But my concern was you don't want a tight neckband on a kid's sweater because they will never wear it. I remember when I was a kid, I had this sweater that used to hurt my ears when I would try to take it off, and I hated that thing. It wasn't the one my mom knit me, because the one my mom knit me was a cardigan.
See, I'm surprised for the baby one they don't have the button.
Well, I thought about it, but I didn't want to have to put a button on it.
Who would have sewn the button on
for
you?
I know, but I didn't want to have to figure it out. And so anyway, my cast on is stretchy enough, I think, because my knitted cast on is fine for my socks. And I have fat ankles, so if it works there, it should be fine. Mm-hmm. Plus, he didn't have any trouble with the last one, because I knit him one when he was born, before he was born. And that one fit him. I think he wore it once, because it was literally one skein of yarn. And so anyway, this is the sweat, because I've been babbling for, wow. This is what happens when I'm uncaffeinated and half asleep. And the larger needle is 5mm, which is US 8. The number was in my head. I could see it.
Mm-hmm. It's also in the show notes.
I can never find my place in the show notes when I'm talking and look down.
Do I need to highlight your sections?
No, that's okay.
What else?
It's just going to be one of those days.
Yes, it is. Deal with it.
I started this on Thursday, and I'm a little frustrated because I wanted to be further along than this by now, but quite frankly, I didn't knit at all yesterday. Like, I picked this up at 10 p.m. and cast it on, finally, after pitching it across the room.
As one does.
I actually had to sacrifice about 5 yards of yarn because I had tried so many cast-ons that it looked awful. So I had to cut that yarn off and just sacrifice it.
Sacrificial yarn.
So I'm a little ashamed to actually show you this because that's all I got.
It's a cast-on. Don't be ashamed.
But this, and don't bother looking in Ravelry for the pattern because it doesn't exist. This is the straight and narrow socks, which I'm in the process of designing.
Hee.
So eventually I will have a sock. I'm actually more tempted to work on this than anything else right now, but my needles, these are arrows, which are not the greatest needles.
You know, you do have a set of Knitter's Pride DPNs.
Which are in another sock right now. But I think I have another set of 2.5s.
You need mine.
No, I think I have 2 sets of 2.5.
Okay. Oh, yes.
So I will dig those out. I was just in a hurry to leave the house the other day,
mm-hmm.
and I just grabbed whatever I had. And cast on the bus. This adds to my fun day on last Thursday. So I get on the bus, and I cast on. And I was like, I should make sure I have my ID in my pocket. So I look through my pocket, and I'm like, where's my driver's license? I've misplaced my driver's license. I brought it into the bank the other day because I needed it to get a new bank card because I lost my bank card. See a trend here? I didn't lose my bank card. My son lost my bank card. I didn't have any pockets. We went to Walmart. I gave him my bank card and my car keys. Get to pay. I give him the bank card back.
And
we get to the car. He doesn't have it anymore. I'm like...
how did that happen?
Nah. He thought I had it. I thought he had it. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I had my driver's license out at the bank, and I don't know what I did with it after that because it's not where it normally is. So, yeah, I realized this halfway to the office on Thursday. Fortunately, I decided to go in early so I could hand my stuff off to her. I had to take a cab home from the office and then drive in. Because you needed 2 pieces of photo ID, one for the front desk and one for the testing room.
And one wouldn't have been an option to take the bus back.
Yeah, and I didn't have any on me. They were all in my car. So I had to go back, get my passport and my wallet out of my car and drive in. So at least my ex-husband got to drive in out of that. So
there you go.
Because he lives near where I live, and he works in the same building as Sue. So he got to drive in that way.
You were like, hey, passing by.
Well, because I called him on the bus freaking out going, what do I do? And he was like, I woke him up. So he was like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And I'm like, freaking out on the bus. Anyway, back to the knitting. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our viewers don't mind when we babble. They said so.
I mind when I babble because it makes me feel like I can't... The expression in my head is carry a tune, but I mean a train of thought. I can't follow a train of thought. Or maybe it's because I'm doing a stream of consciousness thing right now that's bugging me. Because I really did. Yeah, everything that's coming into my head is coming out of my mouth, which is never a good thing. So, anyway, maybe I should call them the stream of consciousness socks as opposed to the straight and narrow socks.
Maybe.
There's a reason for the for the straight and narrow. So anyway, I'm currently in the process of knitting up a pattern I'm designing, and the yarn is Mia Bella Kitten yarn in blue.
So if I get to test it, I can use my Mia Bella Kitten yarn in green?
You can.
Oh.
And this is a shop and a dyer in Highland Park, Illinois. She's about half an hour from Rob's house, and I haven't been to that shop since.
Next time we're there, we need to go.
Yes.
But then they're usually at Stitches.
Yeah, they're usually at Stitches, but I also want to visit the shop because they're pretty awesome.
But the shop is open.
Yes.
They're just not, the owners aren't there.
So they're in Highland Park. If you're in the Chicago area, go check them out because oh my god, this stuff is soft.
Literally kitten.
So squishy. And it's on 2.5 millimeters, which is US 1.5.
Sweet.
And I'm not even past the ribbing yet, so. But I can give you a hint. It's 3x1 ribbing as opposed to 2x2.
Cool.
That's it for me.
That's all you get.
I'm gonna shut up now because wow.
Yeah, it's all good. So I am knitting on things. So I am still last week when you saw this, I had literally just started it. And even though I'm in the middle, I can still show you because that's the way the shawl is.
Sue's thong is coming along.
Yes, my green thong. So this is the Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. And this is 3 Irish Girls Adorn Sock in the Fall from Grace.
That one's not Adorn. That's not the Adorn base.
You sure?
Yeah. The Adorn base is all the others. That's the fluffy one.
But I have it in my project page as that, and when I searched for the color name, it was listed.
Well, yeah, but you can get their colorways on any of their bases.
Oh yeah. Anyways, it's sock yarn.
I'm pretty sure that's Brecken.
Okay.
It looks like Brecken.
And this is knit on 3.5 millimeter needles, which is a US 4. And my whole Find Your Fade is going to be out of 3 Irish Girls yarn. And
I don't have quite enough to do that.
And
I have enough Juliana to do that, but I wouldn't want to do it in stripe of yarn.
I still have more. So that's because I was on that bandwagon with Crystal buying the updates. So that's
Crystal's a terrible enabler.
She is. So that's that. And it is being held in my Little Creek Designs bag by Selma. This is her one skeiner.
We're walking through Rhinebeck last year, and everything I looked at, she's like, you should buy that.
It's kind of like taking her to IKEA.
Oh, IKEA. She's just as bad at IKEA.
And then the other two things I'm going to show you are new cast-ons. Because I saw these socks, can't remember where, but it's a friend online. Her name is Tracy, and her online name is Tea Plays Nice, and she's in the UK. And these are the Little Steps socks.
They're super cute.
I'm trying to get it close enough, but I can't. And
I was going to say, you're practically on the monitor.
Mm-hmm. And with permission, they're a cuff down, but I was talking to her, actually I chatted with her almost all day yesterday, and I asked if I could do it toe up, and she said absolutely, that way it's more versatile. So I am doing that, and it is out of a skein of Love Knots in her fingering weight superwash merino and nylon.
And this is why I was fascinated because
it's the rainbow colorway.
Wasn't that called?
It's not Pirates.
No. That's the rainbow. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was wondering if maybe it was the unicorn poop.
I don't think I ordered unicorn poop.
But the unicorn poop has gray in it.
Rachel?
I'm pretty sure it's unicorn poop, isn't
Okay.
it? I think it is.
Anyway, it's awesome. So I cast on those.
I have some for fiber, but I have no yarn.
I've got Minion yarn.
I need to order
two other skeins that she sent me because she's nice. So I have toes. As you can see, I have toes. And this is being knit on 2.25 millimeters, which is what I'm knitting my socks on. The pattern calls for whatever you want to knit your socks on. And it's a 64 stitch. And it's one ball, and I'm debating ripping it out and splitting it.
Might be easier.
I can't stand this management thing, and after watching Shella this week deal with that, I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore.
I can help you do that after the episode.
Yep. And I can't show you the bag yet because it's stash.
Yeah.
And the last thing I cast on
I'm also an awful enabler.
is the Stria sweater. And there's markings because Selma was doing some math for me. So that's the Stria sweater, or cardigan. by Mary Green. And the reason I'm knitting this is if you follow ink.bags on Instagram, she posted a picture of her wearing this in gray. And I almost fell off my chair. Because it was perfect, and all week, even last weekend, I was like, I want to cast on a sweater. I want to cast on a sweater. I want to cast on a sweater. So Selma convinced me to cast on a sweater because I finished that monstrosity back there. And I am knitting this out of Barocco, where is it? Barocco Vintage DK in the Douglas Fir colorway. And this part is being knit on 2.75 millimeters. And the body will be knit on 3.5 millimeters. 2.75 is a 2, US 2, and 3.5 is US 4. Yeah, so I'm almost done. The collar? No, what do you call that? The neckline? Something. That. She's not helping me.
12, 13. Thank you.
Oh, she was counting?
You screwed me up twice. She's spitting out needle
Numbers?
sizes and asking me. The yoke.
The yoke, thank you. So I'm almost done the yoke, and I have to sit with Selma on Monday and do some math because I'm going to be changing a bit to fit certain parts of me.
Boobage.
Yes. Yeah, and that's all I'm knitting.
It doesn't seem like... Actually, I need to pull out my big girl knit... What's it called?
Big Girl Knits book.
Yeah, I've got the second one. I'm going to have to pull that out because I need to learn how to shape things for boobage and hippage.
Yeah.
Because
And Selma's really good at that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, next section.
Oh, was that everything?
I think so. You showed all yours. I showed mine.
Yes, you did. You forgot to... Well, we'll mention that at the end.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
On the boob tube.
Been watching podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched Stuck in Its Zombies
Sweet.
for the first time in a long time. I don't know why I always skip them, but
I
for
haven't
some
watched
reason,
them in a while.
I haven't watched them in a while, and I watched them this week. It had been a while since they had podcasted, actually.
There's that too.
And I watched the Knit Girls this week, and I caught up with all our friends. Bookish Stitcher, Uncreative Crafter, Canadian Knitter, After Hours Knits podcast, Sarah Nova Crafts. Those are the ones I always watch.
Mm-hmm.
And Cat Lady when she's podcasting. Andrea, we miss your face. She's been very tired lately, so she has not been podcasting much.
Yep.
The kids are taking up all her time and energy, so...
Yeah, even though she's home, she's still...
Well, I mean,
She's
I
running a
don't think the
household.
youngest one is in school full time.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Yep.
I mean, her kids are small.
Yep.
So she's constantly running around, and they've got activities, and they've got, so I understand that. I didn't start crafting or any of that stuff until my kids were a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Because I couldn't handle it. But
No.
I watched 2 new podcasts this week. Because apparently, now that I really want to get out of the house, and I'm not getting out of the house, so I've taken to checking out new podcasts. And I mean new podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I watched is Hand Me My Knitting podcast, and I feel really bad because I don't remember the name of the host, and she doesn't have a Ravelry group. So I was trying to find her Rav name. I sent her a message on Instagram, and she hasn't gotten back to me yet. So, Instagram? No, YouTube. I sent her a message on YouTube. Because I didn't know what her username was on Ravelry, and I wanted to be able to link her in the show notes. So, if at the worst, we'll link the YouTube. So Hand Me My Knitting podcast. She has 1 episode thus far, and super fun and surprisingly professional for a first episode. Like really, really pro. It was a lot like watching the Dunkelgren podcast.
I dropped a stitch. Okay.
Like.
Yep.
The first episode I watched of Dunkelgrund, I was like,
wow,
holy cow, lady.
And then she went into the chemistry of dyeing, and I was like...
That was the second episode. Yes, she's kind of amazing. I love her. That's Anna. I don't remember her username now. It's NY and a whole bunch of E's.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember exactly how it works out. And then I watched Trappings and Trinkets Knitting Podcast. She is a designer. And this is her podcast. I believe her name is Nicole. Her Ravelry name is Coley75. So,
We'll link it.
Yeah, she's going to be linked in the show notes. And hers was a little different. The first one, she was in a dark little corner, so it was hard to really see anything. But the second one, she was in a much better lit area. She's very... It's a lot like sitting at a knit night and having a conversation with somebody. You know, it hits on like every subject.
That's how Disa is for me.
I haven't watched Disa yet, to be honest.
Disa.
I need to check her out because... And Mandy was mentioning the Must Love Yearn have a podcast.
Yeah, I watched the latest
I need to go check
episode.
that out because I love that shop. I haven't seen it yet. So, okay. Clearly I have a couple of new podcasts already picked out for me this week.
She's like podcast watching now. Look at her go. You need to find the right ones.
I'm also running out of TV. Like, I downloaded an entire series and watched the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm in the middle of Night Court, which I loved as a kid. Oh, I mean, it was on when I was 10.
It was on, yeah.
It was really funny then, and it's really funny now.
Really? As an adult, it's even better?
It's hilarious. Okay.
I'm
getting more of the jokes now.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Are you getting more of what they were talking about?
I have to admit, the whole Dan character really bothers me now. Because every word out of his mouth is sexual harassment. Yep. Every single word. And it really bothers me that everybody around him is just like, oh, it's just Dan.
Yeah.
That really bugs me now. But other than that, it's so funny. I love Bull. Bull is my favorite.
Bull
I
is
love
amazing.
Bull so much. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. But other than that, I'm not. And those are like short little 22-minute episodes. So I'm like zipping through the series. I think I started last week and I'm already on season 4. I can watch almost an entire season in one day if that's all I do.
And you're knitting, so you need something to keep you company. Where were we? BoobTube. Yeah.
Now you can talk about what you've been watching.
What I've been watching. And I'm going to mention them. I've already mentioned them before. And there's a reason why I want to mention them. Because I love these girls. I love them so much. The Mean Girls. And that is with Hey, It's Rebecca. And Hey, It's Stephanie. A.K.A. Stephanie and Rebecca. And the reason I love them is because they got a comment. And I'm going to say it because why not? They got a comment about hygiene. So they may have said, I haven't showered today, or I haven't, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I haven't showered today.
They got a comment that,
you're welcome.
They weren't, the person wasn't happy with their hygiene methods. And so, yeah, it was a good explanation on their part. And I was like, you guys are real. That's the way it is. And someone else commented saying, you know, this is a show that you choose to watch. Bugger off and watch something else.
We could not be wearing pants right now. You'd never know. We are, but we could not be.
But I'm like, who comments about hygiene? Who cares? And if you have a problem with their hygiene...
You can't smell me!
Bye-bye!
She can, but you can't.
So anyways, I love them because they're so real and like, that's just like us. This is us. We don't change when you meet us in person.
Pretty much. That's something I really don't understand. Is... people
a different persona.
Well, no. People will actually take the time out of their day to leave a snarky comment on something they didn't have to watch in the first place. It always shocks me when we get snarky comments about ours because I'm like, do you have nothing better to do? I mean, I've watched podcasts and like given up in the first couple of minutes. That actually happened a couple of times last
I usually
week.
know in the first 10 minutes if I like it or not.
I knew in the first 30 seconds last time because the way the lady talked, and I'm not going to say who it is because
we don't do that.
That would be leaving a snarky comment on her podcast.
And we don't do that.
But I mean, it was a brand new podcast, and I clicked on it. Or no, it wasn't a brand new one. It had like 6 or 7 episodes, but I clicked on it, and just the way the lady was talking, I was like, nope. She was just the way she was talking was irritating me. Not her accent or anything like that. Because I do
There's
not have a problem
podcasts
with
out there that
accent.
are like uber famous. Everybody loves them, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, podcasts in general, I can take or leave.
Well, the comment we got last week that we weren't paying attention when Selma was showing her wares.
Oh, that was hilarious. No, we're
Selma
knitting.
was showing her wares.
We're knitting. She's talking. We don't need to be looking at her the whole time. She knows we adore her.
Anyway, so I
But that
love you
was
girls.
funny.
It's awesome. And the fact that you change locations every podcast doesn't matter because you're starting out, and once you find a location that works for you.
Well, and
works.
hey, some people do it in a different spot every time.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the bakery bears. They go off on location.
Yeah, and
You never know where they're going to be.
One of the hosts has many kids, and they podcast at her house. So they need to find a location that's
Kid-free.
exactly
Which is tricky sometimes.
Yeah, even in my house, there's no kids, but I need to find a place.
Well, you barred off a place.
I did.
Her dogs
Anyways.
kept trying to come in before and we're like, out. And they just turn around and go back out.
It's because I cover this couch and one of my dogs lies on it. But she's not going to be happy when she knows what I'm going to do in the room. So, next. I caught up with Julie of Diary of a Yarn Snob. I love her. Her podcasts she's all over the place, but I don't care. I love her. And she actually mentioned us. The two Tangled Skeins, Sue and Lynne, and now Selma, is what she said. She has a giveaway, so if you want to go watch her, she has a giveaway for a Artistic Lily yarn from Artistic Lily yarn from the dyer, and she made a bag that matched, and she had extra, so she's doing a giveaway. And her prompt is, "What is your oh my god podcast that got you to watching podcasts?" And we were one of the first. And she's in Nevada. She's where the Jimmy Bean wool store is. So lucky.
I need to... Rob tried to convince me to go to... well, he was trying to convince me to go to Vegas, and I was just like, no. But we drove past Nevada, but we didn't actually cross in. Mm-hmm. So I haven't been to Nevada. So
yeah,
eventually I will have to go there.
My hubby went to Vegas for work, and she's like, "Tell him to come on over," and I'm like, "No,
don't think that would go over well."
No. And the other one is the Must Love Yarn.
Yes.
She mentioned that they have a podcast on Instagram.
Well, no, Mandy was talking about their podcast. I'm like, wait, they have a podcast?
So I was right over there and watched the latest podcast. And there was something funny in the background, but because you haven't seen it, I won't say it.
No, you better not.
No.
I've been there.
Shush. So, that's the podcasts. So I updated the numbers on the
gonna fall off here.
Travel the World by Design Cal. Last week there were 34 finished. This week there are 36. Want to do the next part? Maybe.
Sure. Brown Bag Sock... That's right, Selma's not here.
Yeah.
Brown Bag Sock Club, which is being run by Selma. Last week we had 120 finished projects, and this week we have 147.
Crazy. I did have to delete a post because there were 4. So if you see a post that has been deleted, sorry.
Yeah, I usually message people when I do it, but...
All right. Do we want to go into the book review?
Oh my god, that's what I forgot to do.
Okay, we're not going to do the book review.
I'm a bad podcaster. She was like, we're going to review this book, and I'm like, okay, and it's up on my screen, even. It's on my screen at home.
That's fine.
I totally forgot to read the book.
We will do it next time.
Yeah, because I want to be able to actually offer constructive
criticism
things and
whatever.
You know,
yeah.
This is what I like about this book, not just, hey, look at this pretty book that I haven't read.
Okay. Well, since there seems to be a lot of stash, a lot of that is patterns. Let's go into stash.
Okay.
Flash your stash, lady.
Oh, mine?
Yeah, go for it.
The first thing I got...
I love the name of that.
That I am so in love with. Well, that's named after a yarn company.
Yeah, well, I was in love with it because I see what you post and I'm just like, oh my.
This lady, I don't know how I ended up following her, but somehow I ended up following her. She is Webster Street Knittery on Instagram. Jennifer Peck is the designer. And she was just starting to knit this design. It was her own test knit. And I was like, I need to have that in my life. I need it. What is it? So she told me that it was the design she was working on, and she was going to be looking for testers, and blah, blah, blah. When she put out the call for testers, I was like, me, 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 me. And there were too many people who said me, 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 so I did not get picked. So I told her that I was going to be buying it the second it hit Ravelry, and it did. There's actually a coupon code right now. I don't know if I'm lying. Well, because I used the coupon code, but I don't know when it expires.
Okay.
Well,
you
can get $1 off the pattern. The pattern is the Buckaloo Sunrise Shawl by Webster Street Knittery, and the reason it's called the Buckaloo Sunrise Shawl, sorry, let's try to keep the paper straight, is that it's a collaboration between Webster Street Knittery and Buckaloo Yarns.
I love that name.
And they actually had a giveaway on Instagram where you could win a copy of the shawl and 2 skeins of Buckaloo yarn to make it.
Nice.
I did not win. But
That's
that's okay.
the reason you bought the pattern.
So you can use the coupon code.
You can say it, and if it's not expired, it's
No, I'm trying to remember it.
expired.
WSKBSS. WSKBSS is the coupon code to get $1 off the pattern. It stands for Webster Street Knittery Buckaloo Sunrise Shawl. So that's the only reason I remember it. What?
I want to put it in the
Oh,
show
okay,
notes.
sure. So anyway, it is a worsted weight shawl, which made me super happy because I didn't realize that when I bought it. I just liked the way it looked. It is a worsted weight shawl, so this thing is massive. It's you need about 420 or so yards of worsted yarn, and I cannot wait to cast this on. I am gonna wait because I want to.
There's another shawl I want to cast on. Now I saw that, and I'm like, and Selma's like, no.
I have the perfect yarn for this.
Mm-hmm. So do I. Wait, and we'll do it together.
Because I want to use that cranberry.
Nice.
I got some Knit Picks Gloss Heavyweight, which is worsted, in cranberry from Holly in December. When we went to her Christmas party, she set up a table for us all to put our unwanted stash on so that we could, mix and match and trade. And I picked up these 3 skeins.
I thought it was in January at the movie night.
Was it movie night?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
it was the movie night because there was too much food on the table at Christmas.
Yes, there wouldn't have been room for yarn.
That's true. It was at the movie night. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I think this in cranberry will be absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
I actually briefly thought about undoing the flax and using the gray.
Oh no, cranberry.
But I think the cranberry will be gorgeous for that. Plus, I wouldn't have been able to block that because it's acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knit Picks Gloss is wool and something else. Silk, I think. There's something in it. Anyway. So that's one of the things I got this week.
Nice.
And go get it. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl.
And now she's going to make some noise.
I'm going to crinkle because I didn't even open this. I picked this up on the way here.
I can't wait to get mine.
It is from England.
I was enabled by her because of this.
There you go. Thanks, Mom. Oh my god. It's even prettier
First
in
view.
person.
I didn't get that one because you got it. Oh my god, now I regret it.
You're going to regret it even more in a minute. This is my fondant fibers. Guys, this got here in a week. From
So
England.
mine's going to be here any day. Oh, I regret that now. I wonder if she still has some left. Are you in love?
I am. This is fondant fiber blended merino and salted caramel.
That's amazing.
Guys, this is £6.50. $6.50 in her shop. And it is absolutely so soft. I loved the color. Touch this.
You need to start spinning.
I know. I have to.
I need to get the green off my wheel.
Now
so
that
I can
I've got my
spin.
dining room cleaned up, I want to get the wheel out of my
Would it be
bedroom
rude
closet.
for me to go online and see if she has any right now?
Go ahead.
Hi.
Oh my god, this is soft. Like, this is the softest spinning fiber I have ever touched. I can't touch alpaca, so... Oh my god. I feel like Nina right now. Squeaky. It's so soft. So that's fondant fiber. I don't think we have the coupon code anymore. Nope. It
ended.
It expired. So. Oh my! She sent me something extra. And then I ordered this, which is not soft. Well, it's not soft like this. It's soft. This is Welsh Mountain fiber. It is a breed of sheep. It is...
I don't think that's the one I got. I got the lighter color
Yeah,
one.
you did. This is 100% natural color.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's undyed.
It's got these little flecks in it.
3 pounds! Guys, go attack her shop! Because even though even though I used the coupon codes, it saved me 95 pence. It saved me less than £1 because her stuff is so inexpensive. And this reached me in a week. So I actually want to spin these.
I still want the wooden hearts here.
And ply them together. Look at this.
I almost bought that one.
Look.
Yeah.
Together. Well, you know, it's funny you say that.
You bought it?
No, look what she sent me.
Oh, a sample of the...
It's a sample of the Ashen. Which I believe is the merino, right?
Which is that one there.
Yeah. She sent me a little sample pack with some tea. And a little thank you. It's so pretty.
Oh my, look at that.
I know. I looked at all of it and I was like, no, I really, really love the salted caramel. And I want to spin these together. I want to spin them each separately and ply them together. I think this will be absolutely gorgeous. Or I will spin them separately and knit them together.
Okay, I'm going to put that down because I'm going to have to add stuff to my stack, my cart.
Sorry. I know, right? Because it's so soft.
There's one of these, but it's got colorful specks in it.
Well, this is blue. Blue and white.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
But this is absolutely gorgeous. So she sent me this little teeny bump of fiber as an extra. And that's my package from Fondant Fiber.
Cool.
I'm so excited. These are just going to live here now.
I'll do my stash now.
Okay.
First of all, last week, I'm a bag maker. But when I see bags that I absolutely have to have, and this is all your fault from showing me the shop, Annie Pearl.
This is a friend of mine from...
I don't have the cards with me. They're over there. Okay.
There.
They're standing up right there. So, this is a friend of hers, and she bought a
pants.
bag. Hi, but...
Proof I'm wearing pants.
So, this is Annie Pearl on Etsy. And she bought a bag a little while back, and I loved it. And then I've been watching her shop, and then, well, cats and sweaters.
Annie is a friend of mine who lives in Milwaukee.
I had no choice.
She's Milwaukee Pearl on Instagram, on Ravelry. She's a friend of mine from LSG.
And the inside?
And she is Glitter Pearl on Instagram.
I absolutely love it.
And Annie Pearl on Etsy.
And she sent a 20-gram mini skein.
Because she recently started dyeing yarn and it's gorgeous.
And it is called Glitter Mini 75 Merino Wool 20 Nylon 5 Stellina. 87 yards. Look at
Your
that.
nails look really good with that.
Thank you. My red nail polish. So, yeah, I think this is going to get broken up into little minis for me and a few of my friends. It's enough to make a barn raising square, but I want to share.
Or 4 minis.
Or 4 minis. I want to share. So that was purchase number 1.
We appreciate you wanting to share.
Yep. Purchase number 2 is from my friend Leanne from down east in Canada, New Brunswick, and she is Owls on Dantes on Etsy, and she also has an Instagram for her Etsy shop, and Leanne Duguay is her name on Etsy for herself. So this is Super Mama. I saw that posted in her Instagram feed, and I had to have it. Go ahead.
This is the Golden Snitch. It's got a little gold disco ball.
Yep. I gave Selma a little bird. And then I had to get this, and she made it custom because she put green beads for me. Oh, I can't. There we go. See? Keep calm and kill zombies. Had to have it. Did I buy anything else? No. But I'm going to call this stash, and we're going to review this. I got the On My Sleeve Knit with Care book from Tin Can Knits that I've seen a few podcasters review, and I asked for a copy, and they obliged. So this is going to be reviewed, hopefully very soon.
And I was talking about putting a little heart patch on the flax. It's from that book. Because the Knit Girls reviewed it last week, so I watched
somebody
their
just
review.
reviewed it like yesterday when I watched. And then I got this. See how big this is? This is from Kate.
It's so soft, I can't
Who
feel
is
it.
Kate Hawthorne Crafts on Etsy and Instagram.
Yeah, and it's her fault that I had to reveal that I was lying in bed at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. And
Going to bed at 8
She
o'clock
hasn't
this
seen
morning.
this, and Selma knows I got it. And that's about it. So, she sent this, and there's a note on it. I bought this fabric ages ago with Lynne in mind, as I know she likes Route 66 things. Nothing has jumped out at me to make. Maybe you can think of something or put it to good use. So I haven't even opened that.
I will put you down for a minute. Mummy will be back soon.
And then she sent 4 bags.
Good Lord.
4 bags. So I'll let you... I could probably make you a tote or something with that.
I have ideas.
Yeah. She's like,
some
nope.
of this is going to Rob.
Look at that.
Oh my word. That is beautiful. Yep, that's going to be to make something for Rob.
She'll put it to use. It's awesome.
It will definitely be put to use. Thank you so much.
So, we're supposed to choose bags and then one left over for you guys, but I'm having issues. So it's Hawthorne Cottage Crafts on Etsy. So that's bag number 1. I haven't even opened it to see like what they look like open or anything. They're still in the bag.
I'm having difficulty with the folding.
Bag number 2.
Really? You're having difficulty?
Yep.
Really?
Bag number 3.
Really?
Yeah, I might just go for the pink because of the green. Bag number 4.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't want to open someone else's
Pardon
bag.
the crinkles.
Sorry,
Of
not
course,
sorry.
she's opening it up now.
There's her card.
So that's her business card.
So,
Sorry, move my finger here. There we go.
so it's folded over. Wait for it to focus. Huge handle on the side. And her label is perfectly placed.
Yeah,
but
because
it
I
has
didn't open the bag.
this big button here with an attachment, which is kind of awesome. And, sorry. And it's got,
That's why.
it has 3
Snaps.
snaps. And oh Lord, I'm in love. Yep, I will deal with pink just to have this.
Told you.
Gorgeous.
It's not even.
It's not a...
It's the pink you don't mind.
I know it's the pink I like, but then I saw the red.
No, you want that one.
So,
We all know you'll regret it if somebody else gets that one.
true. So you need to pick one, and then there'll be 2.
Stop crinkling.
Sorry.
I'm actually gonna let Selma pick first because I like all of them.
Okay. Pick them over here. But there was more stuff in the bag. I love these bags from IKEA.
Yeah.
I've never seen them. Here, you need that.
Yep, I do.
She sent-
Yeah, I need to go to IKEA now.
She sent us each a little Irish luck progress keeper.
Boy, did she have you pegged.
Yep. So we each get one of those.
Thank you so much.
And there are 3 coasters here, and I know which one I want. That's one. And there's stuff on the back. It shows you Ireland. This is another one. This one says 5 million.
5,500,000 sheep, 4,500,000 people.
Yeah. And then this one is 100,000 welcomes.
Yeah.
With, sheep. So I picked mine,
The green one.
the green one. Here's a beautiful card.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm. just saw something on the back of one of those. Oh, maybe it's this one.
They're all the same on the back.
Yeah, but I think
Oh, no. Okay, that one's got the...
This is Ireland.
Oh! That's so clever.
So it's a beautiful card made by pedal2pedal.com. Designed and made in Ireland.
You know, Ireland looks more like an allot than a sheep. There are those of you who will know what I'm talking about, and the rest of you will have no idea.
She's in Northern Ireland, where my husband's family comes from. And then last but not least...
So Belfast, not Dublin, people.
This is an explanation, I think, of what's in the bag. There are 3 teas.
Oh, yes.
This is Miss McCown's Emporia Fine Tea. McKeon's. There's Goblin Market, Turkish Delight, and Pear Champagne.
Mrs. McKeon's tea is proof that good things come in small packages. We're not just about beautiful vintage packaging either. Despite our small size and humble origins, our teas have already scooped up several great taste awards. Blah, 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 blah about the tea. Community also matters to us. We donate a cup of tea to charity for every cup you buy, which is pretty cool. And it's this lovely little insert. And then there's a cute little postcard about the Turkish Delight tea.
I just want to open one to show you. So the tea, but then there are actually...
Little tea bags. Muslim tea bags.
That come with it.
Which is kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm. And I love the packaging. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate it so much. We appreciate it so much. You're an amazing friend, viewer, and luckily Selma is going to get to meet you. And the reason
the card smells good.
It got here in like a week.
Well, yeah, my Fun and Fiber got here in a week.
And the reason she sent all this to us is because she didn't want to take up space in Selma's suitcase.
That's awesome.
So we'll figure out which tea.
Yeah, I think we'll wait for Selma to get back for that because while Turkish Delight is one of my favorite flavors, I also have a very similar tea at home. And I know she's fond of pear and... Yep. We'll see what she feels like. Maybe we'll have a tea tasting one weekend on the podcast.
That would be nice.
I'll bring little shot glasses.
And I got a crap ton of patterns this week because I go on the free pattern group on Facebook.
I do too. I just don't tell you guys about it.
No. But I wanted to show them all because they're gorgeous. So this is Magnolia Forever.
I told you I'd be back.
I'm going to tell you the names, not the designers. That'll all be in the show notes. Mm-hmm. So Magnolia's Forever. A Biquiu hat? Is that what you call that? She's like, I don't know. I don't care. Which is this? It's a cabled hat. Light Relief.
So squeeze.
This is one of those shawls that any weight you can use.
It's a stash buster.
Yep. This is a spring thaw shawl. All of My Love cowl. Twombly Lines, which is a cowl. Helsinki in April.
Someday.
Oh. What?
Someday I will make it to Helsinki.
Oh, okay. Prowling Cat's cowl. There's like little cats. And there's beads for eyes. Bunt. Yes, I got a lot of free patterns. I'm sorry. Not really. Continuing Top Down. That one interests me a lot. This one is the Patricia. Flex Stone. These are fingerless mitts that I need to have.
Oh, I was wondering if you'd gotten that one.
Yeah. Queen Bee Shawl. Oh my god, this is amazing. And I'm not a picot person, but I would make the picot because it makes the shawl. To me.
That goes beyond picot.
Well, this is called the Mini Madness Shawl. So you're using 20-gram mini skeins to make this, which I may have a few of. And then I forgot to print these in color at work, but Kristen Finley from Skein published 2 new patterns that are free. And this one is yellow and like there's different colors, but I just wanted you guys to see the stitch. and that's called the Spring To It cowl. Excuse me. And then the Pronto cowl, which is a thicker one. So yeah, I got a lot of patterns this week, and I printed them all, and she's still in love over there. So we have some coupon codes, and I will start since she's, you know, fondling the fondant.
I love
the first one we have is for the pattern Little Step Socks. Tracy has given us a coupon code. If you put in the code 2Tangled20 when you go to buy it on Ravelry, you will get 20% off until April 4th.
Ocean Creations UK, that's Creations with a K on Etsy, is 10% off until April 30th, and the code is 2Tangled10. So the word 2.
And that's Tracy, the designer of the sock pattern. That's her Etsy shop.
There you go.
Annie Pearl has given us 15% off until the end of the year. Tangled 15. And
Thank you, Annie.
I got the code after I bought the bag. I was like, do you mind? And she's like, no, I'd love to.
Geektastic Fibers, we have 15% off until the end of the year. And the code is the number 2, Tangled.
6 Munchkin Stitching, 10%
Thanks,
off, ongoing coupon. I did that for her because it's not the next coupon code on the list. And it's all spelled out, 2Tangled10.
And Bags by Awesome Granny has a 10% off ongoing coupon code, number 2, TS10. And I totally forgot to mention this earlier.
Oh, you need to show that.
I checked my mail earlier.
Rob, you're amazing.
First I thought it was a late Valentine's card, but I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I got one from him on Valentine's Day. I checked my mail today, and I checked my mail on Thursday or Wednesday, so it hasn't been all that long. So I was like, when did this get sent? He sent me this card, and you need to understand that this is such a Rob thing to say. That's my fiance, y'all.
Yup.
I opened that and I laughed.
Well, she showed it to me and I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome.
It's totally Rob.
It is. One other thing that I wanted to mention is I'm collaborating with my friend Leanne, who is the stitch maker behind the stitch markers I got today, Owls on Dante's, and we are creating a kit bag and stitch markers, and we put a few teasers on Instagram. So she's going to be sending me what she's made, and I'm going to pair it with what I've made, and we will probably do the big announcement next week.
You know Miss Yarn Dyer?
I'm not dyeing yarn for this. Just so you know, that might be upcoming in a little bit.
I was just thinking maybe you could dye one skein and do minis.
For
that?
For myself?
No,
oh, no, you mean...
minis.
Oh, minis. Oh. All right, Leanne, we'll be talking.
Just saying.
I had thought of that, but then I was like, oh, no. But hey.
You have a skein in the shop.
I do. You mean take that and separate it?
Well, you could.
I could.
Anyway, just dye a new one.
We'll see. I've got yarn, so I can dye yarn. So
yeah.
Now the wheels are turning. I need to go because I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start blabbering.
I'm an evil
person.
person.
Leanne, when you watch this, you know,
blame me.
The Facebook.
Just blame me.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it.
That's all. Folks.
Are you sure that's it?
I think so.
We're surrounded by stuff now.
I know. It's everywhere.
Bags, fiber, bags, cards, tea. It's all over the place.
We should do a shot of this after.
And I've been a bad podcaster because I have not used a project bag in weeks.
That's okay.
I am using my little needle keeper though, Mandy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
But that's all I'm using. Yeah.
I think we're done.
I think so.
So we'll let you go. Have a great week and happy crafting to everybody.
And bon voyage to Selma.
Selma leaves Wednesday night.